The woman turned around to grab her luggage. In that brief moment, the taxi she had just hailed was taken by a scruffy-looking man. Lisa clenched her teeth in frustration, cursing him under her breath. What she didn't know was that the so-called jerk was actually the long-missing prince of the country. And as a journalist, Lisa was here precisely to cover the story of the prince's sudden return. She had no idea that this assignment was about to change her life forever. Reporters gathered in the palace lounge, only to hear that the prince would not be attending. Disappointed, they all left one by one. Just as Lisa was about to get on the shuttle back, her boss's threat flashed through her mind. Seizing the moment, she slipped away and circled to the back gate of the palace. She blended in with staff returning from errands and snuck inside. The grand corridors gleamed with gold, lined with antiques hundreds of years old. Trying to bring something back to her boss, Lisa pulled out her phone and began snapping pictures. Her attention was suddenly caught by a suit of ancient armor. Before she could react, a butler appeared behind her. Caught off guard, Lisa couldn't string a sentence together. The butler, however, assumed she was Princess Aisha's new tutor. Unsure what else to do, Lisa went along with the misunderstanding. When asked why she arrived 2 weeks early, she quickly claimed her other work had finished sooner than expected. The housekeeper, remembering how past tutors had quit in frustration, didn't press further. Instead, she led Lisa straight to meet the prince and the queen. Lisa froze the moment she recognized him. The man who stole her taxi was none other than the prince himself. As the butler explained Lisa was Aisha's new teacher, the little princess wheeled into the room. She greeted her brother warmly, then frowned at his thick beard. She asked why he was keeping it so long. The prince explained that not shaving helped him avoid being recognized. He then looked at Lisa and said, "Clearly, it's working." Following his gaze, the princess turned to Lisa. Her haughty tone made Lisa realize this tutoring job would be no easy task. Sure enough, on her very first day, Lisa found a rat sitting squarely on her chair. The butler sighed helplessly. This rebellious princess had scared away several teachers with the same tricks. That was why he hadn't questioned Lisa too much, afraid she might storm off like the others. When Lisa opened the book filled with dense math problems, she was at a loss. She had long since forgotten what she once learned, so she thought of switching to English instead. But the princess rolled herself over to the window in her wheelchair, uninterested in studying. It would have been easy for Lisa to let it go, but she wanted to set a better example. She walked over to encourage her. Before she could speak, though, her eyes drifted outside. There, in the courtyard, the prince was practicing archery. Lisa seized the moment and suggested some fresh air. She hadn't forgotten her real mission, finding out why the prince had stayed away so long, refusing the throne. Now, with a rare chance to be near him, she wasn't about to let it slip. When she saw him without his beard, Lisa found herself staring longer than she should. The two exchanged casual words. Suddenly, Aisha announced she wanted to try archery. Knowing his sister hated studying, the prince didn't want to ruin her excitement. He handed her the bow. With smooth precision, she drew, aimed, and released. The arrow landed dead center. The prince was stunned, but quickly brushed it off as beginner's luck. Determined not to be outdone, he insisted Lisa give it a try. Lisa could barely hold the bow correctly. The prince stepped in close, adjusting her stance. As she raised the arrow, she looked up at him, as if silently asking if this was right.
Let's go.
Yeah.